thanks for joining me for this quick tabletop review of the Gerber Backpaxe. I'm Pack Rat 556. I actually purchased this axe when I was on vacation around Thanksgiving time. I was traveling in Missouri, and I had a chance to visit in Springfield, Missouri, the headquarters of the Bass Pro Shops. And while I was there, this was my purchase. When I first picked up the axe, my initial impression was that the handle was a little bit short for me to get much leverage to do any serious chores with. But after field testing it a little bit, I found out that this axe is quite capable. And I'll show you some field examples of that in just a few minutes so you can see what this axe is actually capable of. Just to go over a few of the basics about the axe, first of all, its overall length from the head to the bottom of the handle is 8.9 inches. And the blade length, the actual cutting surface, is 2.7 inches in length. And the overall weight of the axe is 19.4 ounces. The head is actually made of forged stainless steel, and the handle is a glass-filled nylon material, which the actual product is called polyamide T. And Gerber boasts that that material is virtually indestructible. One of the things that I really like about the axe is the fact that the handle is actually molded around the head, so that way it's virtually impossible to separate this head from the handle, which a lot of times some other types of axes that is an issue. But so far with this one, it's really held up nicely. One of the other things I wanted to point out about the axe, I don't know how well you can see this, it does have a Fiskars of Finland logo, which is where the axe is actually produced. And either this is a Fiskars design that Gerber's using, or if I'm correct, Fiskars is producing this axe for Gerber. And the reason I wanted to mention that is because you can see I've got a couple of other Fiskars tools over here on the table behind me as well. This is actually a standard size Fiskars hatchet. And also this is the full-size chopping axe. And I've been using those tools for many years now in processing firewood that I use at my home. But one of my observations was, if you look at the design of these the two heads of these axes, the actual head is exactly the same. And you can see that the way it's connected to the handle is basically exactly the same on these two axes. In fact, just to show you, the little carry handle that comes with this hatchet actually perfectly fits the Backpaxe. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Obviously, that is a true Fiskars design there. One of the other things I wanted to mention just before we get to the field review is Gerber does provide you with a real nice Cardura type nylon sheath, which you can use to attach to your backpack. And it does have some hard inserts on the inside here. I'm not sure what that material is, but it does a real good job by keeping the axe protected, but also protects you from the axe from protruding from the sheath as well. In my experience, this axe is very easy to sharpen. And one of the tools that I use to do that with, if I'm in a hurry, is this Fiskars sharpener. It's actually an axe sharpener. It's very easy to use. This thing costs like $5 at Lowe's. But you put it in, and you just run it softly back and forth. Like that. I think you guys could see that pretty good. And that puts a real sharp edge on it. You know, maybe 8 to 10 times of running that back and forth is all you need. So I've been very impressed with this axe. I'm very pleased with the product. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but the retail price at Bass Pro Shops is like $34.99. Definitely worth every penny of it. So if you have any questions, feel free to post those here. And without any other information, I'm going to go ahead and skip to the field review and show you what this axe is actually capable of. So stick with me, guys. Okay guys, so let's go back to another tool, which is the Gerber Backpaxe. And this one I definitely recommend, but I'm just going to do a little cutting just to show you how well this axe works. And I'm not going to put any effort into cutting. Just taking my time, not even putting any real effort into that. Look at that. Awesome cutting tool. Piece of cake. Let's cut one more. There we go. This one's well worth the money. And I'm going to use this Gerber Backpaxe. You can see it here. I've talked about it a time or two on the channel. And I didn't bring a large survival type knife with me today. I just have this, and I have a saw, and I have a small knife. But I'm going to use this to actually baton with for my firewood. So let's give it a try, see how it looks. You can see it works pretty good. All right, that's good. Yep, nice and dry on the inside. This is going to burn great. This wood is real brittle, so sometimes instead of splitting straight through, it does chip off a little bit. Like that, but these will make good chunks to burn in my fire. Let's start right here. I want to be careful not to let the trees fall back on the camera. That's why I'm not working the other side. And honestly, I should be wearing gloves. Okay, so after watching those clips of the field testing of the Gerber Backpaxe, you can see it is a very capable tool for its size. One of the things that I didn't mention about this axe is it does have the lanyard hole here, if you would choose to use that. And one of the other features I didn't mention is the fact that the back of the axe head is exposed beyond the handle, so you do have that metal surface there. So this could double as a hammer if you needed to use it for driving stakes or that type of thing. This being exposed here would definitely give you a very strong tool to use for those types of things. One other small detail I wanted to point out is you notice in my field testing reviews where I was batoning on the back of this, and I was trying to hit the metal, but a lot of times I would end up hitting the handle, and you can see from this close-up here that there's no damage to that. I mean, there's some, you know, just a little, it's dirty, but there's no marking, no denting, no chipping. It's in great shape, and basically if I would wash this thing off, it would look new other than just a rubbing of the coating that's on the axe head. You can see here, you know, where the handle kind of comes up on the axe head, there's a little bit of a bump there, a ridge there, and there's no chipping, no wear. So this is a very solid, well-constructed tool, and for the money, I think it's great. So hope you guys enjoyed this review, tabletop and field demonstration. I appreciate your support and interest. Take care, you guys.